Okay, this is, I don't know what 6 or 7. I'll put the number that which part this is, but this is still about Shawnna Mitchell and her fake RTR ministry. So on the last videos, I talked about her, who she really was, in real person, the true Shawnna Mitchell, the fake, the phony. And so I want to kind of continue a little bit, talk about the financial things, the things that we've been noticing, that we have concerned about. Sean has been caught using our tithe and offering money for personal items. This has been witnessed by two people, by two or more people. She was caught, she was checking her phone to see when the ties would come in, and then off they would go to Walmart shopping, buying all kinds of stuff, spending all the money, buying expensive meals for everyone, just spending our money. She's been caught spending our money. And we, during the last 2 years, we noticed that, she's been buying new things in her house, new appliances. Every time we would fast, she claimed that something would break down, and there she goes, buying a new washer, new dryer, new whatever. I don't remember, all refrigerator. I don't know. She has all new appliances in her house thanks to the RTR tithing money. Brand new deck, brand new above ground pool, landscaping, new furniture, new clothes, and now a new car. And paid full in cash. And she's claiming somebody bought it for her, but we all want proof of that because we don't believe it. Okay, she had no other form of income that we knew of, and just suddenly, all of a sudden, she just started getting all these new things, and from what her assistants, her past assistants have been witnessed, it's enough. It's enough to be concerned. So we, because of these concerns, do want to see an account for all that money, and we know that she is an LLC, so technically she doesn't have to. She can do whatever she wants with your money. Yes, even though she claims to be a church, she's really an LLC. So, what that means for us is that because she's an LLC, nothing we give to her is, we can't write that off. We can't write it off. And she never disclosed that to us. It was never disclosed on her website. It was never disclosed anywhere. And she also offered us a annual, contribution statement or whatever. She offered it to us for our taxes. She offered it to us last year without telling us that we can get in trouble if we try to write that off. It doesn't say anywhere when you tithe. It doesn't say anywhere that she's a business. It doesn't say you can't write this off. Nowhere. Yet she's got church, that she's a church, and she's telling everybody on her videos to that we can tithe to her, that you should be tithing to the person that feeds you spiritually. Like I said, this wasn't disclosed anywhere online. In fact,
Father, as we bring our tithes.
In fact, Shawnna has been using God's money. And he wants to expose her. He said it was time to expose her. He said, expose the lies. Those were the exact words to me. We've been giving her thousands of dollars. I mean, I believe what the last assistant said that she made over $100,000. So where's all that money, Shawnna? We want to know where all that money is. Because it wasn't yours. In fact, you told me yourself that the only thing that is your money is the $50 fee to be in the mentor. That is the only thing that is yours. The tithes and the offering is the church's. It is not yours. You told me that. But yet we know you've been using it, and we want proof. We want proof that money is still sitting there, and that everything that you have gotten, you've been using it for what you said. Because there was even a time where you had given somebody some money for moving, I believe it was, and so you took up an offering, tithe and offering. We gave you money for it. That money never even ended up going to that person. So what happened to that money? What happened to that money that was supposed to be used for them to move? You never gave it back to us. You never told us, oh, well, she didn't need it anymore, so if you want your money back. Nothing. You never do. You'll take up some kind of a offering for something that you want to contribute to, and then we don't ever hear the end of it. We never see you giving them the money. We never get a thank you, or we never, not that we need one, but some kind of closure. You never do that. You never do that. So we want to know. We want to know where that money is. So now, because she runs an LLC, and she's legally, we think that there is a problem here. We think that she's misusing these funds. So what we did is we reported her. Yes, we did. We reported her to the Mississippi Attorney's General Office. We made a formal complaint against her. Yes, we did. With the Consumer Protection Division for, the fraud or whatever for churches and all that. So because of, information and first-hand observations, the organization is operated as a for-profit LLC, but yet says she's a church. Financial control appears to be rests solely with the owner. There is no board, no director, no elders, no nothing. Members are not provided financial statements or transparency. There is no disclosure that contributions are not charitable donations. These circumstances have raised serious concerns regarding potential violations of Mississippi consumer protection laws, including misrepresentation of the organization's legal and charitable status, deceptive solicitation of funds under religious pretenses, failure to disclose the for-profit nature of the entity, and potential religious and charitable solicitation fraud. So that's what we've done. So I will keep you all posted on what comes of that. Now, if we find that she's in good standing, I will actually make a statement about it. But I doubt it, because we have witness testimonies of her misusing the funds. I wouldn't just come out and say this unless I had proof, unless I had first-hand accounts of this actually happening. Yes. The things that a LLC is required to do is disclose that it is a for-profit entity. It must disclose that its contributions are not tax deductible. It must disclose the funds are business income. It must disclose that it's not a tax exempt church, and that giving is voluntary and non-charitable. And she has done none of this. None of it. It must be disclosed on her website or giving pages, envelope, something verbally stated if soliciting funds, or in writing if asked. And she's done none of this. She's done none of it. So just so you know, if any of you have been writing all of these tithes and offering off, you're going to need to redo your taxes before you get in trouble, because you can't do it. She should have told you that. Sorry. This woman is just not only, she's bad all the way around, but she's also just a straight up pathological liar. She lies about every single thing. And I'm gonna prove that when I start going over the hour and 12-minute long slander session she did in me. She just lies about the stupidest things. But we'll get to that in the next part.
Excuses. Back to your excuses of why you're not a giver. When Jesus commanded you to give, there is not a clause there that says when you give, watch the money well to make sure it's spent the way you think that it should be. Why? Because it's none of your business. That's really going to offend some of you guys. Did you know that the money that you sow, the money that you tithe to every pastor, to every church, to every ministry, it is none of your business what is done with the money? None whatsoever. See, you have free will. You have free will that you say, hey, let's sow into this ministry. And then if you get to looking at, you're like, I don't like that ministry. I don't like how they're spending their money. They got the lights and the smoke and the did. Then you have the free will to take that tithe, to take those offerings and go put it somewhere else. See, it's none of your business. You've got a heart issue if you think it's your business. Here's why. Once the seed is released, it's none of your business how the seed is spent in the church. You will be blessed no matter what. You will be blessed no matter if there is corruption with that minister or that church. God's 10% is not yours. It does not belong to you. It does not belong to me. Okay? When you go to spending what does not belong to you, you are a God robber. Flat out. You're a God robber. And the Bible tells us that if you rob God, that you then have a curse on your life. Okay? Malachi 3:8 says, will a man rob God? Yet you have robbed me. But you say, in what way have we robbed you? In tithes and offerings. You are cursed with a curse, for you have robbed me. I said, we're going to go by every word of God's word.